Have you ever looked back over your life and felt like I should have learned that lesson a long time ago, but I keep repeating the same thing, doing the same thing, the same old way I used to do it before? Yeah, that's what today's episode is about. I'm breaking down the top 10 things that I had to learn the hard way in my 40s, and I hope that it encourages you so that you don't have to make the same mistakes that I did. Oh, honey, I hope you're ready for this episode. You're gonna want your Envision planner, a post-it, a pen, and if you're ready to get started, let's go. Hello, Envision babes. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dion, also known as the face of ambition across all social media platforms. And listen, honey, today is going to be a little different because I was sitting here getting dressed and I was journaling for the day. And I was just thinking about all of the things that I've learned in my 40s, like the lessons that I've learned, the failures that have occurred, the things that I wish I knew sooner, the self-parenting that I offer myself to give myself forgiveness for the things that I shouldn't have done, that I knew I shouldn't have done, and I did anyway, and it really set me back in life. I just really started pouring out these notes. I just wanted to turn on the camera and share them with you because I started writing them out. I was like, this is some really good homework. This is something that I feel as if everybody should do because sometimes we go through life and we're not learning the lessons. Like, I know that happened to make me stronger, but how did I get stronger? I know this happened in order for me to be better, for me to be able to level up, but how have I leveled up? In what areas has that happened? Like, one thing I don't want to do is have to go through a trial and have to learn the lesson over and over again. I like to go ahead and learn that lesson once and for all so that I don't have to repeat the same mistakes. So I wanted to share with you all my list. If there are 10 things that are on this list that I know for sure, that I stand on business on, that I know now that I didn't know in my 30s or even my 20s. So I'm actually going to get dressed with you all while I go over this list. I'm going to do my hair, my makeup, all of the things, but it's so interesting because the very first thing on my list is actually what I'm about to do. Number one on my list, I don't show up if I don't feel pretty. No, I hope it does not sound self-centered. I hope it doesn't sound like, oh, you got to be looking like a 10 before you step out the door. But like low key, yeah. Like if I don't feel my very best, I can't really show my very best to others. I like to be dressed up. I like to feel put together. I like to feel like that girl. I like to be able to present myself and represent myself in every situation. I don't care if I'm running through the drive-thru at Starbucks, running into Publix right quick, or actually going to a business event. I like to look good. And right now I'm having a little problem. If for you all that have been following me for a while, you've noticed that I've changed up my hair. So it was kind of like tapered along the sides and it was extra curly and blonde. But I've worn my hair so many different ways. It's been to my waist. I've cut it off again. I've been bald. I've been long hair, short hair, bobs, red, brown, blonde. I'm really adventurous when it comes to my hair. But one thing that I haven't done is worn a lot of weaves and extensions. So you guys may remember this video wherever I tried on a wig for the very first time. So I'm really excited to be partnering with Irresistible Me again for this episode so that they can help me feel pretty as I'm growing my hair out. You guys, I don't know what the problem is. This time I'm having a really hard time with just letting my hair go through those awkward lengths and phases. I don't know what to do with it. I'm trying to just let it grow. I'm trying to leave it alone, but I'm a hair cutter. Like I will stand in the mirror and figure out a haircut. And so right now I'm just trying to say, put the scissors away and just let it do its thing. So right now, while I'm going through this growth phase, I'm super excited to try out for the very first time some clip-ins. So for you all that have never heard of Irresistible Me before, they are a hair extension company that does wigs, clip-ins. They do, what are those, halos? They do ponytails. They have different colors, from red to brown to blonde to black. I'm excited because today I'm going to try some clip-ins. And so the way that their packaging comes is that they actually have a try me before you open me situation. I love that. And a little sample comes beneath it. A little sample comes in the bottom here so that you can actually try it before you open the whole thing, because they do allow you to return it if it's not what you were looking for, like if it's not the color or whatever. So your clip-ins come in a satin sack like this, and it's so easy to be able to just look at them and understand exactly what's going on. Like for somebody like myself that had to watch like 1.5 million YouTube videos, as soon as I opened the package, I knew what the assignment was. I was like, oh, I see exactly what's happening here. So you have all of your bundles and then you have your hair. I got a honey blonde. This is actually a honey blonde weave to match the ends of my hair because you guys know as I'm growing it out, my roots are extra black. My hair grows extremely fast. So I've just been pressing my hair. The last time I dyed my hair was just about 2 months ago, and I've got about 4.5, almost 5 inches of new growth. But so in order to cover that up during this process, I'm actually going to be installing some of their clip-ins. So I'm excited to put in my Irresistible Me clip-ins while we chit chat. Okay, so there are a few recommendations that I have when you're doing your install. Number one is I highly recommend that you time how quickly you're able to install your hair, because this took no time at all. Number two is that whenever you are wanting to cut your hair into like a bob, don't at me. Like, don't call me for that. Unless you want like a stair-steppy situation. Don't call your girl. Come to me for all things glow up, reinventing yourself, prioritizing self-care, but do not call me for a haircut. Get somebody else to do it. Oopsie. Okay, so I messed up the cut a little bit, but I'm going to curl it while we chit chat. And I'm going to put in my last piece here. So all of this is, of course, my hair here that just covers all of the tracks. And as you see, like, the combs are super durable. They actually have their logo on it. Like, this is IM on it. I think that's super cute. Like, just crossing over the branding, utilizing their branding in every space, but super easy to install. Let me get a mirror here so I can see what I'm doing. I just slide it in. And when I tell you, I'm the one that does not know how to do hair. Like, I am not a hairdresser. I'm not a novice even at doing hair. I let somebody else do it, honey. I'm super excited about finishing my hair while we chit chat. But what I was really saying about my hair and while I'm growing it out is that I just don't feel as confident with my hair this length and like my roots. I'm really trying to hold out to go and see this color specialist that I really have been loving. She's out of Florida, so I'm trying to wait for that. But it's hard whenever you are trying to just feel your very best and to show up in spaces and to, really work on reinventing yourself if you just don't feel your best. If you know, like, I could look better than this and I don't. But so whatever it is that doesn't make you feel secure about yourself, change it. Get yourself an Irresistible Me wig, honey. Put that wig on. Get yourself some lashes, get your nails done, go get a massage, do the thing that helps you to feel pretty. Get some new clothes, get a few new items. And I'm not talking about going to any expensive behind bougie store. I'm talking about taking yourself to like your local Target and saying, I'm spending $50, I'm spending $70 on me today. And I'm going to leave here and I'm going to feel good about myself. I'm going to get me some core pieces, some slacks, a cute top, maybe something that I'm going to go out in. I got this bathrobe from Target and I'm absolutely loving her. She makes me just feel so put together when I'm just at the house, like doing my hair, getting ready for the day. Do what makes you feel pretty. It is so important over the age of 40 to do whatever it takes to feel your most attractive, because things are changing. Things are changing with our bodies. Things are changing with the way that we look, which actually brings me to number 2, embrace the change. Things are going to change. Your body's going to change. Your things that you like are going to change. Y'all, one day I was doing my eyebrows and I found a gray eyebrow hair. And one day, I was shaving and I found a gray hair where I never thought in my whole life I would find a gray hair. Y'all, I was mortified. I literally thought that that would never happen to me. Like, not that I was special or anything, but just never crossed my mind that a gray hair would grow there. And when it was there, I really had to stop, as opposed to just allowing myself to be like, I'm getting old. It's happening. My husband's going to be like, ew. I really had to say, like, you know what? This is the beautiful part about life. Like, you get to age this gracefully. You get to actually experience all these different changes and cycles and parts of your life, going through perimenopause. Even the hardest things about change in your life, like relocating or losing a job or deciding that you're going to reinvent yourself. Embrace the change. For you all that are watching that are not in your 40s yet, baby, these are the best years of your life. The amount of change, the amount of freedom that you can experience in your 40s is amazing. Because, before you were grown. You were grown. You've been grown. You've been grown since you were 21, they call it. They say people are grown at 21. But when you turn 40, you're grown. And for all of you ladies that are watching that are 50 plus, you know that at 40, I'm not even grown yet. Y'all, like, wait till you turn 50, sis. Then you can call yourself grown. One of the most important things that I had to learn and embrace about my 40s is that our bodies are changing, that my life is changing, that I'm becoming somebody new, and to actually embrace the change. Y'all, I'm moving real slow with this hair. We have a lot to talk about, and I've got a lot to do today. So let me get started. Number 3 is that marriage is easy. You know how I said don't come for me in the chat about how I cut this hair? I want you to come for me in the chat about me saying that marriage is easy. I said it because I believe it. And the only reason that I believe it is because I know it to be true. For all of you ladies that are in your 20s and 30s who are watching, or maybe you're not married, I want you to hear me very clearly. The marriage is the easiest thing that you have the privilege to do every single day. Have you ever noticed how no one ever says dating is hard? Girl, dating is so hard. Girl, I mean, I understand that maybe somebody will say dating life is hard, but when you find the person that you really like to be with and that you like spending time with, and y'all have been dating for 2 years, nobody's like, girl, dating is so hard. You just gotta grit and bear it. You gotta do all these things. You gotta make all these sacrifices. They don't say it because it's not true. So the reality of it is that why can't we carry that same mentality over into our marriage? The only thing that will be hard is the thing that you say is hard. Just like anything else in life, being happy is a decision. And being happy in your marriage is a decision that you get to make every single day. Every day that I'm married, I get to decide how I treat my husband. I get to decide the adventures that we have and the experiences that we have together. Every day I get to choose to cater to him, or for him to be able to surprise me, or to do nice things for him. Every day I get to decide if I'm going to make this thing that bothers me an argument, or if it's just going to be a conversation. The moment you got married, everybody was like, girl, marriage is so hard. It's so hard. You're just going to have to give of yourself. You're going to have to sacrifice. You're going to have to do all of these things. But what if you actually decided today that my marriage is not going to be hard? That my marriage is a pleasure. The person that I was dating and I never thought was so hard to do, I'm now married to. And that too is a joy. That same childlike behavior that we had whenever we were dating, we're going to have that every single day in our marriage as well. Girl, do not allow anybody to lie to you and tell you that marriage is hard. If you are married today, I want you to make a decision that your marriage is easy, that you married the person that God intended for you to marry, that you are with the man of your dreams, therefore loving him, showing up for him, providing for him, even attending to you all special needs is a joy. Number 4 is that my time is my most valuable resource. Listen, I key about a lot of things, but I never play about my time. One of the things that I had to learn in my 40s is that my time is my money. My time is my most valuable asset, and when I waste it, I cannot get it back. As some of you may know, I'm the owner of the Ambition Planner, and because I did create a planner, I am obsessed with how I spend my time. Also, the thing that you should know is that I was not always this way. I would let people use my time up all the time. I would let people waste my time, talk into my time. Every time somebody needed something, I hopped right to it and I was automatically there. And at the end of the day, I would find that I was completely depleted. I hadn't done anything that I set out to do, but I had helped everybody else achieve their goals. I don't know what happened when I turned 40. I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I can't get the time back, and you're not even grateful that I gave it to you. Could you be wasting your time in a relationship? Could you be wasting your time dreaming about making it happen as opposed to making it happen? Girl, you're not alone. You know what? One of the things that I have perfected that I'm super proud of is that I no longer waste my time. Listen, I hope I have not a single hairstylist out there watching me do my hair right now, because y'all are going to come for me. Please don't. Please don't. Please be kind. Be kind. I'm good at a lot of things, and this may not be one of them, but you know what? I'm having fun doing it. Okay, where was I? Number 5 is self-acceptance. I refuse to be who others believe I should be, and I've decided to just be myself. Just like I said, I may not be the very best at doing this here, but I'm having fun doing it. I have no problem being exactly who I am on camera, off camera, in person, or online. Oh, but girl, you should know I was not always this way. I wanted to be liked. I wanted to be appreciated. I wanted to be hired. I wanted to be the person that everybody else wanted me to be. And it took me years to figure out who exactly I was. Accepting the things that I'm good at and maybe some of the things that I'm not so good at was really something that was hard for me. In order to accept yourself, you have to know who you are, which does take a lot of interpersonal work. But I challenge you to do the work so that you can start accepting your flaws, you can start accepting your purpose, you can start accepting the things that you excel at, and know the things that you're not so good at and decide if you're going to change that or just be okay with it. Okay, like I'm accepting the fact that I need to concentrate on this hair. Let me go ahead and finish up this hair so I can get into makeup, and I'm going to be right back. Okay, so it's been about 30 minutes since I had to break just to finish my hair, but I absolutely love the way that it turned out. I think it looks so good. I'm loving these clip-ins by Irresistible Me. It just makes me feel like it's my hair, but it's like covered up just a little bit with the clip-ins. And for someone that's a weave novelist or like a wig novelist, I feel like it makes me feel pretty. I didn't do the very best haircut, I admit. I'll probably go to a salon and have them touch it up. But I definitely wanted to thank Irresistible Me for sponsoring this episode and supporting our community and making me feel absolutely amazing. I was on number 5 when I was talking about self-acceptance, and that is one that is just really, really important to me. I mean, just identifying who you are and then sticking to it. I remember whenever I got braces and everybody was either worried or excited that I was closing up my gap. And it was so interesting because the team Team Closure Gap was like so excited about me getting rid of my gap. And I actually was just curating my smile. I was not planning on closing up my gap. I had gaps between all of my other teeth, and I really wanted to be able to pull all those together. But it was really me having to accept the way that I am, the unique and beautiful way that God created me. I could change 50% of the things that I didn't like, but not in totality. I feel like that was one of the times that I had to really understand exactly who I was, what I liked and didn't like about myself, and stand by my decision. Okay, tip number 6 is that it's never too late to learn. If you've watched 1 or 50 of my videos, you know that I'm always going to bring up learning at some point. Just like I said here with you all today in real time and learn how to put clip-ins in my hair, it's never too late to learn something that is going to level you up, make you be the person that you've always desired to be. Maybe that means that you go back to a 4-year university, or that you take a free course on YouTube. Always open your heart and your mind to understanding something new, learning somebody else's position. One of the things that I really learned about myself in my 40s is that I never wanted a full month or week to elapse that I didn't learn something new. So every single week I take some form of class, a course. I'm always listening to your YouTube videos. For any of you all that follow me that have YouTube channels, I be in the comments. I be giving y'all a thumbs up because I want to learn more. If you're ready to level up and even reinvent yourself, the best place to start is to learn something that you didn't know before. Okay, I'm sitting here chit-chatting, and I said that I was going to do my makeup while we talked, but I'm so accustomed to just like talking into the camera that I was not focused. Let's get to work. A part of number 1 that I forgot to mention is to nail down your 10-minute beauty routine. While we do this video, I'm going to show you mine without having to spend hours or even 30 minutes in front of a mirror. Number 7 is quality over quantity. Which would you rather, 50 friends who laughed in your face but talked about you behind your back, or that one ride or die girlfriend that's going to be with you no matter what? Which would you rather, travel to all 50 states staying in a roach-infested motel, or would you rather going to just one state having the experience of a lifetime? Which would you rather, have a whole bunch of clothes that you know are going to tear up as soon as you take them out of the washer machine, or would you prefer to have quality clothes that you know are going to last a lifetime? One of the hard things that I had to learn in my 40s is that I prefer quality over quantity any day. I'm not trying to diss buffets, but I would rather quality food as opposed to a whole bunch of poorly made food. One of the biggest lessons that I've learned is quality over quantity in everything. Number 8 is that setting priorities increased my inner peace and made me a happier person. When I felt like I had to say yes in order to get the job, to level up, to get the things that I wanted, I was so unhappy. But the moment that I started to say no, sometimes with a reason and oftentimes without, I just became happier. I just became absolutely lighter. Like when I started realizing like the things I liked to do, these were some of the things that happened whenever I started actually learning myself. It's really hard to say no when you don't know why you're saying no, when you're just saying no for no sake. But whenever I started saying no to jobs, opportunities, speaking on certain individuals' podcasts, showing up at events that I didn't believe in, this type of peace really did surpass understanding. It was when I realized exactly what I wanted, what I needed, what made me happy, and where I was going, is when I started being able to set the boundaries that were going to bring me the most peace, joy, happiness, and contentment in my life. The most important thing in my life is freedom. And so whenever I was identifying the things that were going to help me to be financially free, emotionally free, spiritually free, those are the things that I really started leaning into. And whenever it didn't bring me that form of freedom or happiness or delight or enjoyment, I just started setting boundaries and saying no. Setting boundaries has by far been the hardest thing that I had to learn to do in my 40s, but it has been the most beneficial in the short term. And yeah, I say short term. It didn't take a long time for me to see the benefit. The moment that I said my very first no and meant it and got so much more done and did the things that I wanted to do and showed up in the spaces that meant something to me, felt like my whole world opened up. I literally got addicted to my boundaries. Number 9 is that health is my greatest priority. Now it sucks that it took me until I was in my 40s for me to realize just how important my health was. But now that I've realized it, I take it extremely seriously every single day. I'm not sure what order this is going to come out in, but maybe you've seen this video where I'm walking on my walking pad every day. It's my new thing. I walk at least 10,000 steps every day from my office. My health is something that I can't get back. That's why I've made an extra effort in order to make sure that I'm taking care of my body, that I'm honoring my temple, that I'm making sure I'm putting enough water in it every single day, that I am working out, that I'm taking my vitamins, that I'm showing up for my body and taking care of it because I wanted to take care of me. Once you get to your 40s, you start experiencing the death of a lot of your loved ones. And it starts to really put your health into perspective. Losing my dad so unexpectedly was one of those things that really helped me to say, you know what, today I can be here and tomorrow I cannot. it made me really say, you know what? My health has to be a priority. Sometimes it's too late. Sometimes you keep thinking, I can eat a cheat meal, or I can have that extra ice cream and french fries tonight because it's okay. My cholesterol was a little high, but this one meal isn't going to affect anything. And I hate to sound this way, but you never know when your last cheat meal is going to be your last meal. Okay, so you guys know how I feel about a red lip. Before I get to number 10, I'm going to finish this look off with a red lip by Pink Lips. That's pink lips with 2 P's. It's super cute. I'm so excited that the owner sent me over this lipstick brand. I cannot wait to try it out. This is in the shade. Uh-oh. Y'all remember when I was talking about change? Here's one of them changes I was talking about. Ooh, child. Hold on. Cherry Bomb. This is in the shade Cherry Bomb. Oh, what's happening? I'm actually going to apply this without lip liner at first just to see how I like it and to see if it actually needs a little liner. Okay, I know it's not going to zoom in on it really good, but that color and pigmentation, looks so good. First swipe. I'm already in love. I don't even feel like I want a liner with this. This color is so pretty. Look at that color. Oh! Okay, so we made it to number 10. The last and most important thing that I've learned in my 40s that I wanted to share with you today is that my purpose and passion drive my fulfillment. You guys, I can sit here in my bathrobe and talk to you all because I'm completely fulfilled. I felt like in my 20s and in my 30s that I needed permission to show up in non-traditional spaces. I owned a marketing agency for over 17 years, and I keep saying 17 years. It was probably more like 22 years, child. But I owned a marketing agency for a very long time, and I did things by the book. I did the things that corporate companies do in order to procure the contacts, in order to move up and able to grow in their industry. And I finally found a space that was just for me. I am so fulfilled every single day. And that is why I show up for every single comment that you all leave. Every single time you all say anything in the comment section, it's me that is responding to you, telling you that you can do it, encouraging you, leaving you additional points and tips and suggestions, and asking you to check back in with me in a week to let me know how it goes. Because this is what I'm passionate about. This is my purpose. I know that God has given me a gift to show up in this space, and it's something that fulfills me every single day. Now, here's the thing that I say about passion and purpose is that sometimes it is fleeting. Sometimes God has you on assignment for only a season. But whenever you are listening to what God wants you to do in that season, you are going to be fulfilled. Okay, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this little unconventional video. I really wanted to be able to share my journal entry with you guys because this meant a lot to me, because I really want to encourage you all to do this homework. This was so important to me because it's let me realize that I've learned a lot in these 40 years, that I have knowledge that I'm ready to give back to the next generation so that they don't have to make the same mistakes that I've made. I really want to be able to encourage the next woman to show up, to be her true authentic self, to be ready to reinvent herself, to go on her glow up journey, to prioritize her health, to set healthy boundaries, to really focus on the quality of everything that she does over the quantity of the things that she has. I wanted to talk about time management, and I wanted to talk to somebody about why marriage is absolutely the easiest thing that they should do. I know that you all are going to have some chit chat about that in the comment section, and I cannot wait to meet you there. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed, and I pray that every single day you are doing something, just one thing, to reach your most ambitious goals.